Pack your bags, cancel your current travel plans, and reconsider your next holiday or vacation destination. Instead, you should go to Romania. Romania will draw you in and surprise you in so many ways, with breathtaking and amazing landscapes, rich and unique cultures and traditions, delicious food, and warm people. Here are a few reasons why you should go to Romania for your next holiday. First up, it's very affordable. Romania should be appealing, simply because it's less expensive than the Czech Republic and Hungary. Everything from lodging to transportation to food is reasonably priced. Even the touristy areas are not expensive. In Brasov, for example, the major attraction, Bran Castle, was only $7 for an adult ticket with a photo license, making it one of Romania's top tourist destinations for both domestic and foreign tourists. The most expensive meal I had in the country was $12 at a very upscale restaurant, and the cheapest was less than $3. You can only imagine how inexpensive the beer was. Secondly, the Gothic architecture is like none other. If you're looking for fairy tale landscape dotted with Gothic castles, you've come to the right place. The rolling hills of Romania are dotted with enchanting palaces and medieval fortresses such as Corvin Castle, one of Europe's largest castles. It is said to have once housed Vlad the Impaler, the original inspiration for Dracula. The inside of the castle is equally as impressive, and it's open to the public every day from the months of April to October. Next up, the towns are extremely colorful and awesome to be around. The Romanians know how to make buildings look beautiful. Pastels appear to be the color of choice for the decoration of buildings in these towns, which make them so pretty and charming. Sighisoara, one of Europe's most beautiful and well-preserved medieval towns, has to be the most colorful. You'll certainly get lost in the cobblestoned alleys of this small and contained town, and you'll find every pastel shade you can think of. Sibiu, a historic town built by German settlers in the 12th century, is not far from Sighisoara. The town retains the grand atmosphere of yesteryear, but the beautifully colored buildings make it feel more cozy than grand. Fourth on our list, the old architecture is stunning. Beautiful old architecture can be found throughout the country, but especially in Bucharest, which has many breathtaking structures built between the First and Second World Wars. Unfortunately, among the city's great Art Deco and 19th century buildings are some new modern apartment blocks. Nonetheless, exploring and discovering the capital city is a lot of fun. There are also many interesting things to do in Bucharest, but the city remains a mixed bag. Many historic buildings, particularly in the downtown area, were given new faces. However, there are some old and beautiful structures that are in a state of disrepair. While there are some nice and well-kept areas, many areas of Bucharest remain rundown and pretty much completely neglected. Nonetheless, Bucharest has a charm that's like none other. Next up, the natural wonders are a must-visit. Now, if you can tear your eyes away from the fairy tale castles, the Romanian landscape has even more to offer. The Danube River, nestled between the mountains, will take you past the ancient, colossal rock sculpture Decibel's Head and onto the sanctuary of the Iron Gates Nature Park. Keep an eye out for the colorful birds that live along the riverside and throughout the nature park as you travel upstream from Eselnita, driving along the cliffside road or sailing along the Danube. Now, while we're on the subject of the breathtaking natural landscape, there's no better way to experience it than on foot on a good old-fashioned hike. There are numerous options to choose from, regardless of your skill level, as there are easier and less strenuous hikes, as well as more advanced and adventurous options. So, while in Romania, make sure to include a hike in the mountains to appreciate the country's unique views, wild nature, lakes, and caves up close. The myths and legends are very rich within Romania and also a must-see. Romania is a land of myths and legends, but Dracula is not one of them. Romanians are deeply attached to their traditions, from rain-invoking rituals to spring tokens for good luck and health, and they make sure to pass them down from generation to generation. Folk festivals and fairs are held throughout the year to commemorate life cycles or the changing of seasons. So we highly recommend you don't pass up the opportunity to participate in these events during your visit to Romania. It's just another way to learn about and comprehend the country's culture and philosophy of life. Next up, there is actually an underground theme park. Check out the Salina Turda theme park for a truly one-of-a-kind experience. This amusement park is hidden deep beneath Turda in the vast caverns of the old salt mine. A sports field, bowling alley, mini golf, and other family-friendly activities are available. Then proceed to the Teresa mine, where you can take a boat across an underground salt lake to a naturally formed salt island for a once-in-a-lifetime photo opportunity. Additionally, the people are very warm and friendly. Unlike other Eastern European Balkan countries, Romania has the warmth of a Latin culture. It is, in fact, the only Latin country in the Balkans with a Slavic influence. Strangers are generally treated with courtesy. This is evident in Cluj-Napoca, where the people are progressive and welcoming. welcoming. Many people describe it as the warmest and most welcoming place they've ever visited in the Balkans. Also, the wildlife is next level. Along with breathtaking scenery at every turn, particularly when venturing outside the major cities and towns, there's another major and natural draw to Romania: wildlife. Notably, the country has the most mighty brown bears in all of Europe. With so many dense forests, there are plenty of badgers, chamois, deer, wolves, and even lynx to look for. We say spot because you don't want to get too close to any of these ferocious beasts. If flying animals are more your thing, the Danube Delta is where you should go, though the bison reserves also should not be missed by any traveler in Romania. There are plenty of bison located all over the country that are truly epic to see with your own eyes. Next, beautiful churches are located all throughout Romania and are a must-see when traveling there. Romania has a plethora of beautiful worship places, ranging from wooden churches and painted monasteries to synagogues and grandiose cathedrals. Many of Bucharest's historic churches were demolished during the communist era, but miraculously, many of them survived. The European Union contributed significantly to the reconstruction of some of the country's historic areas. As a result, the majority of these beautiful religious monuments regained their former glory. Now, a group of 8 painted monasteries in Bucovina, Romania, are among the most picturesque churches in the country. The churches date from the Middle Ages, that's the 15th to the 16th century. In most cases, they were established as burial grounds for the area's noble families. These churches are also extremely well preserved and one of a kind. There is truly no other place located in the world where such places can be found. The frescoes depict scenes from both the Old and New Testaments. The painters, majority of whom are unknown, interpreted the biblical scenes in their own way. They also used colors that are unique to each monastery, like the well-known Vorone blue, Humer's red, Moldovita's yellow, and Abore's green. The Byzantine frescoes that cover the church facades have incalculable artistic value. 8 of Bucovina's painted monasteries were designated World Heritage Sites in 1993. The history is also very rich and is something you can still find throughout Romania. Dacians, Romans, Magyars, Mongols, Turks, Saxons, Slavs, and a slew of others have all left their imprint on Romania. It was inhabited by a Thracian tribe known as the Dacians during the Roman era. The Dacians were conquered by the Romans, and their descendants became the Proto-Romanians. During the Middle Ages, waves of migrating peoples such as the Goths, Magyars or Hungarians, Slavs, and Bulgars settled across the region, bringing with them diverse cultural influences. Later, the Ottoman Turks arrived, adding cultural influence to an already rich culture. And finally, most people speak English, and the country isn't very crowded. The fact that almost everyone in the country speaks at least a little English, especially in the younger generations, adds to the ease of travel. This makes it simple not only to travel in Romania, but also to get to know the people. Furthermore, because Romania, and really most of Eastern Europe, is off the beaten path, even the touristy places feel relaxed and welcoming, even in high season. The only place that could be overcrowded is the Bran Castle, but there are plenty of other things and places to visit. And there you have it, everything you need to know about Romania and why it's the perfect travel destination for your next overseas vacation. Now, as you can see, this European country is absolutely stunning and full of rich history, breathtaking attractions, and friendly locals. Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Have you ever traveled to Romania before? What attraction draws you in the most? Would you consider visiting this country for your next vacay? Let us know. And as always, thanks for watching.